Hello and welcome back to the channel for another College TF review. Today we'll finally be taking a look at another Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast character, that being a Voyager class Cheetor. I've been long waiting to get this guy in hand and I'm really glad to finally have him, and he does not disappoint. And for those of you who have already seen the movie, you know how awesome this character is in the movie. I won't give any spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen it, don't worry, we'll still just go through this guy as a normal Transformers review without any spoilers. But great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it now. You can go get this guy from All Time Toy Store. Check out the link in the description below. That's where I picked up mine. Great store, great service. Definitely check it out. So let's get straight into the review. As always, please remember to like and subscribe if you have not already. This guy is really awesome, posable figure. But let's first check out what you get in the packaging other than the awesome figure. You got a nice backdrop there from the movie. And he is Studio Series 98. Here you get packaging, cool artwork there. You can see the combination, the CGI of the, somewhat realistic animal fur along with the robot plating, cool orange eyes. Very nice artwork of them there. Here you can see his robot mode. Pretty awesome character. Toy shots, another beastie shot, words. And that is it for the box. Instructions, pretty easy to follow. I would say there's a few steps in here though that are just unnecessary, but you definitely need instructions. And here's Cheetor. He is an awesome character. Very cool. This is probably, I think, his most unique incarnation in this movie, but again, I won't give any spoilers as to what he actually does in the movie, so go check it out yourself. So this guy, bring him in for a closer look. Some excellent detailing. He's pretty close to what you see in the movie. I would say some of these spots aren't quite exactly what we see, but still pretty cool. There could have been maybe some other paint highlights. I think he has like some gold in here, but still, very well done figure. And once we get to articulation, you'll see that he is just a joy. Very easy to transform, very nice looking all around. Very nice sculpt. You can see all the nice mechanical detail in there. Simple paint applications, but I think they do the job. You can see we have more detail on the back. Very cool look with the robotic panels and everything. Take a look at his weapon here. So this is either you can have him holding the spears independently, or you can tab them together in his hand like I had and have one giant spear. Very nice metallic paint on these, and they are symmetric on each end. The only difference being one has this little pin on it, and the other one is just an open end. You do see you have these tabs here, which go into slots on his back. So if you want to store it in robot mode, you certainly could. Just like this. So there you go. They store pretty easily. This one is a little bit longer than the other one. So there you go. You can store them or have him wielding them independently. You can hold them really well. So fun accessories. And yeah, this guy looks fantastic. I really like the head sculpt. You can see the nice green eyes in there. He's got some cool weathering effect going on. It doesn't look like pad printed. It actually looks like it's been weathered. So very cool. In terms of articulation, he does have a ball joint at the head. So he can go side to side a little bit, turn full 360, go up to that much and down to there. Then the shoulders do have several joints. So if you move the shoulder pads out of the way, you can get to 90 degrees, but then you can also utilize this extra joint here and get him hitting himself in the head with his shoulder. But that is, excellent range of motion there. Other shoulders, and you can do the full 360, no problem. This guy does not have very much kibble, so very good. 90-degree elbow bend plus the bicep swivel. You do get a wrist swivel as well, and you can move these claws however you would like. You do get a waist rotation. Now, to use the full extent of the waist rotation, you do need to move. He does have a big butt flap, but you can move that pretty far, so that is very nice. You can do more than a split pretty well. You can kick forward that far. Again, you got to move the butt flap. If you move the tail too, you get him kicking back to about that far. And then you get nice 90 at the knee. You get a upper thigh swivel there. And then you get very good ankle rock. That side and outside. Plus the foot. The toe does move up and down due to transformation. So yeah, this guy has got all the articulation you could possibly want. I would say, in a studio's figure, other than maybe like an Abercrombie or something, but you know, we don't usually get those in these figures. So for some size comparisons, let's bring in a few other, well, his currently the only other Maximal companion that I have, Air Razor. You can see how they scale together, and Air Razor is a pretty tall deluxe. And bring in some Autobots. Here we have Bumblebee and RC. And I really like the way Hasbro has been keeping the scale pretty consistent amongst all these Rise of the Beast characters, where, you know, someone like Scourge and the other bigger truck robots are much taller than the likes of like a Camaro or especially a motorcycle. Because I can see the appeal for RC as being a deluxe class, just so she's a little bigger and more detailed, but this is definitely, I think, the correct scale for her in robot mode, as she does turn into a motorcycle, which is definitely much smaller than a Camaro. Now, I can't say to a giant cheetah or a giant bird, you know, those are their own scales, but still in the movie, this is pretty representative of what we see. So very cool to have these guys in the lineup. I can't wait to get more of those Maximals and Autobots. So now let's get into transformation. This guy is pretty straightforward. So to begin with, this is where the instructions just have a few too many steps. So if the tail isn't already out already, you can go ahead and pull it out and use this second joint down there. Just pull it out, keep it out of the way. Then you're gonna come to the lower leg here, rotate at the thigh, then detach his shin guard, and you can see you get a slot here, and there is a tab on the inside of the shin there. It should just tab into place up there. Then you want to just rotate this whole leg section up, collapse in the toe, and collapse this forward, and then just hinge the whole leg down like that. Do the same thing on the other side. So rotate at the thigh, then detach the shin, tab that in up there, then just fold in the shin over top of that piece. You can bend this forward like so, and then fold up the robot toe, and then fold down the leg. End up something like this on both sides. And then just center the robot hip, and you have a circular slot here, or circular tab that goes into the port on his rear. Should tab in nice and secure, like so, and just straighten out the tail. Now for the front of the robot, pretty straightforward and pretty cool transformation, definitely different than what we typically see with Cheetor. So you want to open up the back and you can see the whole cheetah head stores inside his chest. And just open all that up and flip this slot up as high as it will go. Then do the head, tuck that into the cavity, push that in, and collapse all this down. Now for the shoulders, you just want to rotate them 90 degrees, and then you see this slot here, and this tab on the side of the cheetah head. Just want to line everything up, just tab in pretty easily. Same thing on this side, like so, and just collapse that neck piece. And finally, for the front legs, or what were his arms, you just want to rotate that forearm piece around, and then rotate the forearm around entirely, rotate the fist, and then fold out the paw. Same thing on this side, rotate around, rotate that forearm piece, then rotate the whole forearm, rotate the fist, and then flip out the cheetah toe. And now here we have Cheetor in his cheetah mode. Pretty cool looking interpretation, I would say, of a robotic, live action aesthetic for these Beast Wars characters. You can see, get all the same pretty cool looking robotic detail throughout. And I think the cheetah pattern does still look pretty cool on him in this mode. Very good silhouette for a cheetah. He cleans up really nice. There's no extra kibble hanging around on this guy really anywhere except for maybe the butt flap in robot mode. In terms of articulation, in cheetah mode, he does have an opening mouth with some nice teeth on there. You can see the nice eyes, very cool. Then his head does pivot up and down ever so slightly, and then it does rotate full 360. So you can do that. And then at the shoulders, because we have those extra joints, you can move his leg like this, and then you can also bend at where the robot elbow is, in addition to moving the toe, and you can turn all of these as well. So you get all that articulation still here. You can't really flex out to the side unless you untab, so you just get forward and backward motion out of the front legs. Then the back legs, you do still get the full split, so yeah, you can have a pee, and then you can move them about this far without untabbing the butt flap. But if you untab it, you can get them in full stride. And then you do get this joint here, as well as the lower joint here, and the foot with the full ankle rock as well. Of course, you might need to move a few of the robot mode pieces in and out of the way, but they blend in pretty well. So I would say this is a pretty spot on representation to what we see in the movie. Very nicely done here by Hasbro, indeed. And then for weapon storage, you can take same tabs and slots to store his spears on his back, like that. I think this is a pretty cool look as well. Pretty similar, I would say, to the Optimus Primal Beast Wars look, where he kept his blades on his back as well. So pretty cool, or at least the toy could store its blades on his back. So very nice Cheetah here. Now I'll transform those other guys and we'll get into some size comparisons. Here is Cheetor alongside Bumblebee, as we see them in the trailer, with Cheetor running next to the pretty cool off-road Camaro that Bumblebee sports in the new movie. So there you can see that comparison. I think this is pretty close to what we see in the trailer. Cheetor looks absolutely gargantuan compared to Bumblebee, so there you go. And then here is Cheetor and Razor. Hello, Maximal. Razor is quite a large bird, so I think that scales pretty well. I mean, they scale well in the robot mode, so I would imagine their beast mode should look pretty good as well. And here is also Core Class RC. Very nice lineup we're getting here from Studio Series for the Rise of the Beast movie. These are some of the best Studio Series figures that I think have ever come out, in my opinion. They're fantastic, fun to mess around with, great materials. They look fantastic. Very, very nice lineup indeed. And I can't wait to get the rest of the cast going here. And so stay tuned, as I will be getting more figures in as they come in, and definitely check out the link in the description below to pick up your Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you then.